So, as some of you will know, my brand new e-bike that I made a video about was stolen, as in per my last video, and I ordered a new one, and it's arrived. Ta-da! So, I'm going to cover a few things in this video. One of them, and I'm not going to bore you with loads of it, but I'm going to unbox it and put it together, so any of you who are thinking of buying a bike or whatever will know what's involved in putting a bike together. This bike cost me €200 more than the first bike, and I loved the first bike, but I bought this because it's slightly higher spec and a few other things, so hopefully it's better. One of the main things that's better about it is, my only complaint about the other one was it was sore in my bum. This one has what looks like a nicer seat but better suspension, so I'm looking forward to getting it together, getting it out and having a wee go on it. I'm also going to talk about the Spanish postal service or delivery service. Alright, so this could be a bit controversial. I definitely haven't had a good time since I got here when it comes to getting deliveries or getting letters or anything like that. So I'll go through that, and then hopefully I'll get wee bits of advice in from you, although I have done a few things to correct it. Also, although I'm not going to keep my bike outside this time, I still haven't figured out how to manage to get it off the chain without breaking the chain. So that's crazy. I have spent quite a lot of money on a few security measures to hopefully ensure that this one doesn't get stolen as well. So I'll show you what I've done. And after ordering quite a lot of stuff since I've been here in Spain and learning quite a bit about ordering online in Spain, which is definitely different from ordering online where I lived before in Northern Ireland, I'm going to share with you a couple of wee things that I've picked up, a couple of do's and don'ts. Alright, so let's get on with it. I'm going to unbox this video, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, and by the way, you have to forgive the state of the wee apartment because as I've said before, I'm doing work, I've got countertops here and I've done a lot of levelling up work and there's dust and there's no point in me having the room immaculate all the time, so it's a wee bit of a mess. I will show you. It's alright, bit of a built-in set. Alright, here we go. Ta-da! I am really easily excited. You know, I've already done this a couple of weeks ago, but I'm excited again, just like a kid, Christmas morning. Here we go. I have a feeling, I think I read whenever I was looking at this bike and the putting together, I think it's in more parts than my last one. My last one wasn't really, it was like, it took me less than an hour to put together. I have a feeling this is going to be a bit more involved, but here we go. Well protected. It actually doesn't seem to be in as many bits as I was expecting. Probably not much different than the other one. Glad to hear. Right. Should we use the instructions? No. Handles. Front light. Instructions. So, let's see. Front wheel first, I think. Yeah, instructions, just to be sure. To be sure.
A few moments later.
Actually, there aren't any real instructions. So, brake on that side, disc on that side, bolts removed. I'm probably panting a bit. It's the heat. Boiling, that's why I haven't finished my kitchen yet. Oh, so warm. Air conditioning's on, look, air conditioning's on, still boiling. It's like you can feel the cold air conditioning yet you're still sweating. Right, get the wheel finished. I've got one side in, that side. This side, the bolt isn't in, and it's like the disc's holding out. I don't know why. Oh, is it in? Just suddenly went in, completely accidentally. So now I've figured that the wee washer with the catch goes on first because there's a wee hole there for it, and then an ordinary washer, and then the nut.
Darling, please forgive me if I...
And then don't think go too crazy on one side, just nip it up a bit. The other side, nip it up a little bit more.
We don't have to settle down.
And
Please don't.
then he's tightening.
Things that could go wrong. We can take our time.
I think that's the hardest bit of the work done. I'll have to take a break. Right, so a couple of other wee things I was going to talk about. First of all, by the way, we had a wee bit of a storm here last night, and my wee balcony's still a wee bit flooded. First thing, I really didn't expect my bicycle to get stolen here. Never even considered it, and had it on a chain, not a very expensive chain, although they didn't break it, so it didn't really matter. If you remember the week before, my car roof was broken and let it stay down out there overnight for several days. So I just wasn't expecting this. It just shows you how careful you need to be, especially with something so expensive. So I'm not keeping it outside anymore. I'm going to keep it inside. But even inside, I'm going to lock it up, and I bought a lock that if I take it out with me anywhere, I want it to be 100% safe. So I've looked into loads of videos about not leaving your bike anywhere out of sight, out of other people's sight, busy areas, making sure you lock it to the right thing and you don't have your lock on the ground, because then they're easy to break and things like that. So the lock that I bought, first thing I thought of when I heard people talking about them or on YouTube videos was Superman, because they're called, it's called a kryptonite lock. It's very heavy. There's a clamp that goes on the bike and it can come with you, which attaches to that bit. They say it takes half an hour of the grinder to grind through it. It costs quite a lot of money. It needs to be clamped through the body of the bike and into something fairly substantial. But it also comes with this high tensile cable, which apparently is also very hard to break, very hard to grind through. And that then attaches through the lock to connect through the wheels as well, to keep the wheels secured as well. So you're just making it as difficult for people as possible. And I'll be locking it even in the house. I've also done one other security measure, which I can't really tell you about because it needs to be kept securely, but anyone who steals it will have another shock. So 100% in the effort into looking after the bike. Right, what else was I going to talk about? Right, postal and delivery services in Spain. I have found them, any Spanish people watching this will probably come on attacking me, but I found them to be just dreadful, like so dreadful. You're just not at all guaranteed you're going to get your post. So I live in an urbanisation, and I've learned that in the urbanisations it's harder because the postmen can't come in and the delivery people say they can't come in and whatever. But my actual address that I was given initially never brought anybody here, including the postman. So then I started to inquire and discovered what was wrong with my postal address, and I went to the post office and spoke to them and altered my postal address. And even now, Curious, the post office, if I get a letter sent to me, there's it's only 50-50 chance I'm going to get it. Or the one good thing about the post office, they'll leave it with the president of this urbanisation. Delivery drivers make no effort whatsoever. I've had so many problems, and I've ended up having to go to delivery places and whatever, and they'll phone you and they speak English, and they'll say text me, because you can text, and then you text them and it turns out the number they're from you can't text to. And I've had so much problems. So now with Amazon, I get my stuff delivered to a supermarket down the road, and my post, I bought a post office box in San Miguel to get my normal post delivered to, and other deliveries I just have to take the chance and coming here and sorting out whatever has to be sorted out. So they're just bad. It's like a laziness. It's like they don't really try to get you. I mean, if you type my address into Google, it brings you right to my front door. The address that I use now, the one that I had before, turned out didn't. but it brings you right to the front door. So I don't know what delivery people use as their guide, and then some people come straight here, and I say to them, was it okay? No problem. So I don't know, it's really strange. Another thing about deliveries here, they're not very helpful. I'm one floor up, and whenever my bike, for example, came yesterday, they wouldn't give me a hand up the stairs, and I said, you have to deliver it to my door. He says, I'm not bringing it up the stairs. That was the end of it. So I had to pull the bike up myself in the box, which makes it a bit more awkward. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else has had the similar experiences, but I've found it to be a nightmare. I'm getting some important stuff sent over from Northern Ireland at the minute, and I am worried that it will even struggle to get to the post office. One of my friends sent me to my post office box, and it's never arrived. So it's really, really, really bad. It's all different, very slightly different here, you know, not just as that'll do sort of culture. It's okay. So there, you never hear me griping, but I am griping about that. It's quite difficult. Other thing, I've learned this. This is a good wee tip for anyone who's going to get stuff done. So I was getting my air conditioning unit in, and decided the day that I decided to go ahead and order it, I had a delivery coming, which by the way was cancelled. It didn't come. But I went online to Leroy Merlin and ordered my air conditioning unit, and at the same time on the same page went in and booked an installer to come. And the next day I got a phone call from Leroy Merlin saying it would be getting installed on Friday and delivered on Monday. This is a Friday, so it's going to be 1 week I was going to wait, which is a bit longer than had been told by other people that it would take, but that was okay. And then on the Monday I got a phone call from the installation company saying Leroy Mervyn shouldn't give you that date. They always do that, they just make it up. We won't be able to get to you for weeks. And I said, that's not good. So I then went down to Leroy Mervyn, and what they got me to do was cancel that. They did it for me, cancel, and told me turn away the air conditioning unit when it comes and you'll get a refund for both. And then the guy who did that sat me down at his desk and ordered the same air conditioning unit, ordered the installation, and it all happened within a day. Do not order stuff to be done, services to be done in your house online. Talk to people. That's my experience anyway. There was something, I can't remember what the other thing was, but it was the same thing. If you need to go and do things yourself, don't be relying on, I mean, what the guy in Leroy Merlin was saying, if you do it online, you're going through a completely different system, how things work here. So there you go. So a wee bit of advice, face to face. And my mate Andy, it was Andy that sort of encouraged me to go down and talk to them, and there it was all solved. I got my air conditioner. I was going to have to wait maybe weeks. And the girl who phoned me saying, oh, we might be able to fit it for weeks. I said, that's no good. She says, that's just what it is. You just have to wait. And you didn't. Alright. Also, I saved €100 going to Leroy Merlin. I said to him, you're going to give me a few quid off? And he gave me a few quid off. €100. Alright. So, I'm going to get back in there, finish off the bike. So now, do the seat. Advantage this bike had over the other bike, the other one didn't have a light. Right, now, back mud guard's on, but not in the right position. Can't really see what this is. Hurts. The mud guard is the most awkward bit yet. Few minor bits to do. Now, we're at a very, very important stage of building, and this is especially important in Spain. It's time for a nice lolly. I am flipping boiling. I can't tell you how warm. Now, here's a good wee tip for you. Do you see these? You can buy them, the real McCoy, but these are fakes, which are Coca-Cola popsicle type things, and you buy them in Aldi, and I'm telling you, nothing in the world will quench your thirst better. There you go. And I'm going to sit down now and have one.
5 minutes later.
Final bit, front light. Finished, I think. Whew. I let Buster out there because he was torturing me and I put him in, but it's been a while, so I let him back out. All done. Hello, Buster. Do Molly. Ta-da! It's a much better screen than the last bike. The last bike was one of the grey screens and you couldn't see it in the sun. That's good. So I should now already have power. You hit it, I do. Have power. Right, front light. That given the other bike. Done. At this point I was meant to be going out because I was playing a pool match today, but it's just been cancelled. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for a swim to cool off, quick shower, and then go for a really quick ride to test the bike, and I may as well bring you in that, but it's only going to be a 1 minute ride. Alright, so I'll see you shortly. Great to drive, feels faster, more comfortable. When you start pedaling you feel the assist kicking in right away. I didn't feel that in the other bike. So well pleased. Right, not going to force you to watch my ugly bake any longer. So I'm going to leave it off there. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe would be great. Love to hear your comments. But until next time, bye for now.